any lagna, moon sign, if you're understanding the monthly analysis or any transit, first what you need to understand is what is the Mahadasha, current Mahadasha, what's the space currently you are going on. Like suppose you are currently in the Mahadasha of, Jupiter. So that planet becomes very important. Even the nakshatra lord of that planet becomes very important. So very crucial in defining how the events will trigger, even the Antardasha and Pratyantardasha. Now, suppose because you are Sagittarius Lagna, so your Lagna Lord Jupiter is transiting in the Taurus sign from 1st May. Now, Jupiter in the 6th house, it's a critical situation. I would say an average result that you are going to get during this time. Why? Because over here, Jupiter will even get conjunct with Venus from 19th May, which is a very good conjunction because the Lord of that house will be conjunct, making a very good yoga. Uh, Probably that's one of the good yogas to fulfill your desires, any desire related to, if you wanted to clear any competition, win over any litigation and court case, any fight, any you wanted to acquire any property through loan or through whatever lease, or you have given something on rent, you want to gain money out of it, you are starting any services, you want to gain a lot of money out of it, that all thing, even the fights and even the health issues, you can get benefit from that side. Okay, that's a good time, especially after 19th May, when the conjunction with Venus will happen in your 6th house. Now this Jupiter from 1st May will even impact your 10th house, 12th house, and your second house. So the trikona houses where it will be impacting are the Virgo sign, Capricorn sign, and the Scorpio sign. So basically these houses talk about lot about your career front, your status, your money, and somewhere you have already worked for these areas in the last 1 year. You have already dealt with some situation where now it's the right time to focus on your money stability, acquiring a good stable job. Maybe if you desire to have any shift to some faraway place, even into foreign lands, or you wanted a MNC job, even in hospitals or law field or service oriented, you wanted to provide a selfless service oriented work, all kind of jobs, definitely you can foster at this time. Now, talking about Venus, till 18th May, Venus will be there in the Aries sign in your 5th house. Now, 5th house Venus will be even conjunct with Sun and Mercury, which is there in the Aries sign from 10th May, and Sun will be there in the Aries sign till 14th May. So, this conjunction is actually a very beautiful conjunction. If I discuss about, the prospects of relationship, the prospects of education, the Buddha Aditya Yoga will be forming, the prospects of intellect of a human being, the prospects of any kind of fame you can get if you are into a media field, even into your education. You can do any kind of mantra sadhana if you are into occult science related, Lal Kitab related subjects, those are also going to fructify. You are into product selling related work, that also will fructify. If you want to have a child in your life, that also looks really favorable in your case. Now the only thing I would like to tell you is that because being the lord of your 11th house and 6th house, Venus here will definitely bring some kind of desire fulfillment, and even after that change, you may bring some new changes, or there could be the change in the daily routine work life that can be there. Even there can be some certain struggles or health issues, or some struggles and fights in your relationship, but definitely those fights and relationship issues, whether be children, issues with your children, or something issues with your children, or even with your partner, any relation, if in any relationship, then what you are going to get out of it is that being in the 5th house, this Venus will somewhere trigger issues related to 5th house, but ultimately will be able to come out of it. Why? Because there is a need of some desire fulfillment, that change you somewhere feel to bring in your personal life, and even as in your creativity and even in your education. So that changes are going to come in this time period. And talking about the Mercury and Sun conjunction, which makes Buddhatit Yoga, Sun being the Lord of your ninth house, definitely some puja can happen, some mantra sadhana you can start, even you can visit to pilgrimages, and even your father will help you. There will be a cordial relationship, some luck favor. You can even have a child in your life, not just child, but I said a new relation can enter. You can go for higher education also, that is also possible. If not you, then your children can go for higher education. If I talk about Mercury being the lord of your seventh and 10th house, definitely it's the good time for the changes, the transformation in your career, and transfer some new person entering in your life, especially in the form of a marriage, marital bond. Even some person may get into a relationship and later it turn up into marriage or any kind of partnership, business partnership, anything like that can happen with you. So later, from 19th May, this Venus will get conjunct with Jupiter in the Taurus sign. Along with that, from 14th May, Sun will also get conjunct. This is the most beautiful conjunction that is going to happen in the sixth house. Whenever sixth house get activated, see, definitely money related issues will be curtailed, and you will see flow of money in your life in the form, either you will get a new job or any better position in your job career, or if you are in a business also, service oriented work, with whatever service oriented, whether you are a lawyer or doctor or any service you are providing in your life as a business, in the form of business also, then also you are going to get a lot of gains over there. Now, the only issue can come is here. Why? Because the Jupiter transit in the sixth house somewhere aspects the second house. So your eating habits can get disturbed. Okay, because of that, eating habits, mostly health issues related to fatty liver, any health issue related to that, this can happen with your family member also, whether it be your father, most probably any family member, either your father or your spouse too. Okay, fatty liver problem, indigestion problem, any cholesterol increase, diabetes, all those issues which are related to you know Jupiter and Venus, those issues can happen either to your father or to your spouse, because the conjunction and the aspect and the kind of houses they are affecting are somewhere linked with your spouse, with a partner, and your father, so any of them. Now, if I talk about Mars will be transiting in the Pisces sign in your fourth house. Now, here in the fourth house, uh, Rahu is already transiting. Ketu is there in the 10th house. Now, this is all bringing a lot of transformations. The energy of transformation is there in your 10th house and fourth house. So, somewhere the loss of job is definitely there in your chart. Whenever this Ketu uh, transited in 10th house, you saw some kind of troubles in your career, definitely. And especially if it is going into Trikona of Saturn, 5 9 7 of Saturn, or even 1 7, 5 9 or 1 7, then definitely some loss of job. In the case of Sagittarius ascendants, because loss of job due to this Ketu, but definitely because Rahu is also transiting in the fourth house, and even this Rahu is bringing a shift in your home too. So if the 10th lord is strong in your chart, then possibly there will be a loss of job and start of new career. That's what's the actual meaning of Ketu transit. Okay, depending on your age and Mahadasha, this can be loss of job and start of new job and start of new career also. Career transformation can also happen. And Rahu is bringing lot of changes in your home life. So because Mars will be conjunct over here in the fourth house, somewhere this will disturb the energy of the home life, and somewhere your happiness will also get disturbed. You will see you are extremely angry, maybe your anger comes out on your mother or in your home. Even that can disturb your happiness also, because of your impulsive behavior, your anger and all, on your mother, and even on your happiness too. You get pissed off very easily at this time. So I would suggest to you, what you can do is, for Mars and Rahu conjunction, which is a very difficult conjunction, especially if I talk about the loss of energy, the loss of intellect of mind, because it's Mars is basically your fifth house lord. Even there can be separation and fight with your children also, in your relationship also. If you're in a love relationship, there can be loss over there. There can be separation with any of them, whether it be children, or even your intellect can get disturbed. So I would suggest that you can go away from your home also, and there can be disturbance in your home life. So especially because till 14th May, Mars will be in Uttara Bhadrapad Nakshatra, which is nakshatra of Saturn. So it will be in the third house. So you need to be little bit careful about it, because it's a tricky position, and because the nakshatra lord is 12th from Mars, then definitely losses in the form of energy, time, and money can occur in your life. And from 14th May, Mars will be in Revati Nakshatra, which is the nakshatra of Mercury, and Mercury will be placed in the Aries sign, which is second from the Mars. So definitely after 14th May, some changes, good changes can come in your life. So wait till 14th May, try to control your anger, everything will fall in place. Okay. So I have already discussed about a lot of things, talking about Saturn being in the Aquarius sign in the third house. Definitely this is a good time in terms of, because Saturn and Jupiter both are going to aspect the Scorpio sign, which is falling in the 12th house. Something related to foreign, maybe you change your home. Okay, possibly you shift to new place. uh, your home gets changed, you shift to new place. And even some people can go to foreign place, some new home. Change of place can be there, change of city or foreign land or anything like that. Even expenditures can also come. So this is majorly foreseen for Sagittarius Lagna Rashi people. In the next 1 year, you will see that the Scorpio sign is really active for you. So there will definitely be change in home. Okay, and shift from home, and change of place. Okay, these all things will be there, travel will be there. So this was all for Sagittarius Lagna Rashi. Now I will talk about Capricorn. So now I will talk about the Capricorn Lagna. For Capricorn Lagna Rashi people, for you, your Lagna Lord is transiting in the second house in the Aquarius sign. So this is a beautiful transit, especially why? Because here Saturn is somewhere making you focus towards your family and money stability. And now, because your desires are getting fulfilled somewhere, you have to put little bit hard work toward in those areas. And just because the aspect is there on the fourth house, eighth house, so some definitely your age has increased, you have chance to get inheritance, any unearned money, or there is even opportunity to see a rise in uh, investments. Whatever investments you have done in your life in the form of FDs, mutual fund, there also you will see gains, and a lot of increment over there. Even others money, you can gain others money too. Money from your spouse, and even your desire to have a home, or for your comfort, or anything, you wanted to buy a vehicle or something like that, you wanted to renovate your home, you wanted to do something for your motherland, then this is the right time, your desires will get fulfilled. And the best part is that Saturn and Jupiter both are going to aspect the Scorpio sign, which is falling in your 11th house. So most probably in this 1 year, most of your desires will get fulfilled. Even you will get a lot of gains and opportunities at this time. If you because seventh to it is fifth house. So if you wanted to do something in your education, for in your creativity, uh, for your relationship, and even for a childbirth, then that also can get fulfilled at this time. Now, similarly, if I'm talking about the Jupiter will be will be transiting in the fifth house only, in the Taurus sign from 1st May. Okay, now from 1st May, when it will be transiting in the fifth house, definitely the opportunity is there for fulfilling all your desires, going to pilgrimage, doing dharmic puja rituals in your home, and being very positive. Something good can happen in the life of your children. Even in your education, you can do really good. You can go for higher education. Wanted to have a new relationship, wanted to have a child, everything can foster at this time. Okay, your desires are going to get fulfilled, whatever desires you have, depending on your Mahadashantar and Patantar and your own will. So When this Jupiter will conjunct Venus from 19th May and for Sun from 14th May, this will be the most beautiful conjunction. Why? Because the lord of that house will also be there, Venus and Jupiter conjunction, so making it a very strong conjunction. So possibly for those people who wanted to have a child and even wanted to see a new change in their career, they can definitely do it through their own effort. Why? Because the third house lord is in the fifth house. You have to put in some effort if you want to see that new change. Okay, so your effort is definitely needed. Your willpower, strength, your skills are definitely needed, and new changes in career will definitely come in your life. And talking about the sun placed over here, because sun is the lord of your eighth house, definitely the transformations will be very quick and sudden. But mind it, uh, some uh, disturbance in relationship can still come in your life. Hurdles can still come in your life because sun in the sign of Venus somewhere disturb the relationship, somewhere disturb the sperm count and the egg count in male and female. Okay, so till the time sun is transiting in the Taurus sign, this is very good with the conjunction. If talk about it, the conjunction with Jupiter and Venus, but it being the lord of the eighth house, it will definitely bring lot many good changes, transformations, but still hurdles in form of, especially from human beings only, in the form of relations. Hurdles in relationship can come. Okay, that can be some issue. Even from your father can come that issue. Now, because I'm talking about Venus, till 18th May, Venus will be in Aries sign where it will be conjunct with Sun, which, and even Mercury. That too in the fourth house. Now, fourth house conjunction of Venus, Mercury, and Sun. This is actually good in terms of your comforts, the home life, luxuries, all these things, and even your own intellect. Okay, for your career too, but it will disturb, why? Because it's the Mercury in the Aries sign, and they are inimical, so definitely some, still some problems, some ego clashes can be there in your home life. And reason could be something related to your career, or maybe the changes that are coming in your career. Even if you have certain issues with you know uh, with your friends or colleagues or even your elders siblings, that could also be one of the reason for it. Some clashes and disturbance, very minute, but definitely some disturbance can be there. But still there will be increase in comfort, and you can even buy something for your comforts and luxuries. Okay, happiness at your home. Now, if I talk about Mars, Mars will be there in the Pisces sign. Now, till the time Mars is there in the Pisces sign, it is even conjunct with Rahu and Ketu being in the ninth house. Now, Rahu and Mars together in the third house are actually disturbing your own willpower and strength. Why they are especially disturbing your willpower and strength? Though they are very good, Rahu placed in the third house definitely gives you a lot of willpower and strength to do something in life, and it somewhere help those who want to initiate a new business, initiate a new career on their own. It definitely help them. If Mars is there alone, okay, it also imparts a lot of willpower and strength, and these people can get into any kind of engineering field, especially related to IT and all those sectors, any sector, but especially engineering field, they can get into all those areas also. So it's very good. These two planets in the third house gives very good result when they are single alone placed in that house. Now when they are together, the energy will be like, a blast, a big blast, a big explosion over there. Now you can use that willpower and strength in initiating something new for your own money stability, for your family life, for building a new home or anything like that. You can initiate a new business too. But most of the time, this energy can result into narcissistic behavior, becoming very, your anger can increase, you can become very impulsive, and because of which you can do some adharma also, because it is aspecting the ninth house. and you can do some adharma also because of being in the third house, this conjunction. And Ketu in the ninth house somewhere detach you from the ninth house activities, whether it be the rules and regulation of your own culture, all even not listening to your father, gurus, bosses, and even not giving much time to, you know, puja, God, visiting temple, and all those things. So that's the reason why I say some adharma you can do in this 1 month. And till the time Mars is in the Uttara Bhadrapad nakshatra, that is the nakshatra of Saturn, which is placed in the second house till 14th May, Mars will be in Uttara Bhadrapad nakshatra. So definitely, if you are utilizing this strength, willpower towards initiating something for your family and for your money stability, this will help you over there. But if not, then this can result into fight in your family, or some kind of expenditure or losses in your family. So that can happen. But after 14th May, when this Mars will be in Revati nakshatra, this nakshatra is basically of Mercury, and Mercury is sitting in the Aries sign, which is next to, second to the Pisces sign, where Rahu and Mars will be conjunct. So this will definitely help you gain something. Means the result of the that house may be that you get something out of it in the form of, as some accessories, or some, wealth, or some car or new vehicle or anything. You do something for your comfort, for your mother, out of it. So definitely that can be a very good time after 14th May. As I said, even the conjunction of Jupiter, Venus, and Sun in the Taurus sign will be a very good time. So you need to wait till 14th May. You need to control your anger. The best exercise to control your anger is to start gymming and running. And even meditation is more than meditation, I say. Gymming and running, where you take out all your sweat. So that's the best remedy for Mars. And if not, then you definitely read Hanuman Chalisa. So this was all for Capricorn Lagna people. Now talking about Aquarius Lagna. For you, your Lagna Lord is placed in the first house. Now, first house Saturn is definitely making you, focus dedicatedly towards all your karmas. Not just your professional karma, but karma towards, your own skills, your willpower to initiate something, towards your siblings, even towards your career, towards your spouse, your business, all these areas, towards yourself, your own personality and health, your skills. So this Saturn is pushing you towards those areas. It will make you focus on yourself and the areas where it is aspecting. Now the major aspect will be there on the Scorpio sign. Why? Because even Jupiter from 1st May will start aspecting Scorpio. So Scorpio becomes the major point for the Aquarius people. So it falls in the 10th house. So for the next 1 year, something big can happen in your career. Okay, something new, some new changes, or either you are initiating your own career on your own willpower and strength. You are initiating something with your own skills, or you are getting a new job. Something can happen because this Scorpio sign is getting activated by both these strong planets. So whenever in the 1 year, if your Mahadasha, Antar, Pratyantar, if not Mahadasha, definitely Antar and Pratyantar can come. Even Sukshma can come, which can trigger it to have something for your career, some new change, something can happen in your career. Okay, anything. Now, when this Jupiter will be there in the Taurus sign, okay, in the fourth house, will actually make Gajkesari Yoga whenever Moon will come in the fourth house, the first house, 10th house, and seventh house, at least 8 times in a month. So this is one of the best time for Aquarius people to gain something for their comforts and luxuries. Okay, and the gain of comforts, luxuries, and even money. Now, this fourth house Jupiter will even get conjunct with Venus from 19th May, and Sun, which will enter the Taurus sign from 19th May Venus and 14th May Sun. So these planets together in the 10th in the fourth house will definitely give you very good result in terms of comforts, in terms of luxuries, in terms of happiness. If you wanted to buy something, property, vehicle, even for your mother health will be very good. So these all things can come in your life make it sure that you are utilizing this time, definitely utilizing the time I'm telling you, when moon is also there making a Gaj Kesari Yoga. If I talk about the same Venus, which will be in the Aries sign till 18th May, it will get conjunct with Mercury and Sun in the third house. So third house, Mercury, Sun making a Buddhaditya Yoga, and Venus. See, definitely Sun over here, any cruel planet, any negative planet, any difficult planet in third house gives you, if the third house lord is not cruel, if no cruel planet is there, or the third house is not somewhere in the malefic condition, then definitely this person will never ever do hard work. Simple thing, if you want to see in the kundali, is you just check the third house whether this person is hardworking or not. You just see the position of the third house lord and what kind of planet is placed in the third house. If the bad malefic planets are placed in the third house, definitely he or she is hardworking. And if that third house lord is getting afflicted, sorry, in a very bad manner, malefics or something like that, then also that person is very hardworking. Okay, but if you see any good planets placed over there, and even the third house lord is placed very beautifully, this person will get all the luxuries and comforts on, very easily, without any effort. Even if this person gets a job, he or she will get a job very easily without putting much effort. Even if he or she is giving any exam, that person will get marks also very easily. Okay, that's a good factor also, and that's even a bad factor. Sometimes these people can even be a lazy, lethargic kind of a person who do nothing in their life, and they're living in comforts because they're either their parents are rich, or they have got a rich spouse. All these things can happen. Now talking about the same Venus, Sun, and Mercury being placed in the third house. Now, Sun over here being the cruel planet over here, making a Buddha Aditya, definitely will increase your intellect and it will be exalted. So, all those people who wanted to get into a marriage, you wanted to get into a new partnership, whether it be business partnership or marriage partnership, then definitely can be initiated at this time, because your father will also help you, your luck will also favor, even your mother, your family will also favor you. And if I talk about not just your family, mother, father, everybody is going to favor you if you want to initiate something, whether it be in the business or you want to get married. So they will definitely help you out in that case. And this is a very beautiful transit. If you want to do something on your own, with your own skills, making a Buddhaditya, this is the most favorable time for the Aquarius Lagna people. Now, I have already discussed that Saturn is placed in the first house, how Jupiter is making Gajkesri Yoga, it will make 8 times in a month, how this placement and conjunction, everything I have talked about. Now I will talk about the Mars, which is a very critical planet for uh, every Lagna in the month of May, because it is getting conjunct with Rahu in the Pisces sign in your second house. So whenever Rahu and Mars like planet are placed in the second house, mind it, Rahu makes you abusive, Mars makes you, makes you blunt, straightforward. So when these two will combine together, mind it, in your family some blast can happen. You can start abusing people, you can start fighting with people in your home, or you can even become little bit blunt, and all those things can happen at this time. So keep yourself calm, compose, and many of you can even at this time, I can see, can leave your home, can go far away from your home. That is also possible. Ketu being in the eighth house will get the aspect of Jupiter from the fourth house. So definitely, whatever issues you had till now related to eighth house, okay, uh, maybe you somewhere had some kind of tensions or any kind of depression, you felt lonely, anything, because eighth house also makes you lonely and depressed. And Ketu being over here, when Rahu separates you from the family because of your behavior, you get into occult science, deep dive into the research related subjects, or you become very lonely when Ketu sits in the eighth house. So now when Jupiter will aspect is, so definitely what kind of behavior you will get, you might start practicing some spiritual things related to mantra sadhana or occult science. Even you can start preaching those subjects, you know That let go behavior can come in you, it can get instilled in you, and now you can help others to get out of some kind of karmic bonds, and let go of those negative energies, and just be free in your life, because Ketu talks about being free from all the karmic bonds. That's what Ketu talks about. And when Jupiter will make a aspect on it, the wisdom will help you attain that, whatever knowledge you have gained from Ketu, that giving of something, or becoming spiritual and charitable in your life, and most probably the let go attitude which will be instilled at this time will definitely help you in the long term. So similarly, because as I said, Rahu, Ketu, and Mars I have already discussed. Mars being the lord of of your one is your third house, the other one is your 10th house. So make sure you are not fighting with people in your career, with colleagues or something like that also. You just need to be calm till Mars is there in the second house. Mars will be in Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra till 14th May, which is the nakshatra of Saturn, while after 14 May it will be in Revati Nakshatra, which is nakshatra of Mercury. So somewhere you will see till 14th May you can actually feel some losses, either loss of money, loss of health, or you can even go away or recluse yourself, get alone from your family. That can also happen. And depressed also, that that even can happen because of certain fights or arguments. And after 14th May, definitely with your own willpower and strength, you will be able to initiate something in your life. Either, as I said, you will start a new relationship, or you will start a new business. So this was all for Aquarius Lagna. Now I will talk about Pisces Lagna. For Pisces Lagna people, your Lagna Lord, which is Jupiter, will be transiting in the Taurus sign from 1st May. This is a very beautiful transit. If I talk about the aspects will be on the 7th house, 9th house, and 11th house. This is the most beautiful transit. If luck will increase, you can go for a pilgrimage, dharmic yatra, some higher education prospects, marriage, business initiation. Good things will happen in your siblings' life. Your social network will increase, you can gain and fulfill your desires, your bond with father and bosses will be really good. You can actually foster uh, all the desires, all the wish fulfillment you had earlier. Now the time is in your favor. Talking about the conjunction, this Jupiter will get conjunct with Venus on 19th May, when Venus will enter into Taurus sign. It will definitely make a conjunction with Jupiter. And when sun will enter from 14th May, this will also form a conjunction with Jupiter and Venus together in the Taurus sign, in the third house. So, as I said, when such planets are there in the third house, definitely comforts and luxury and all the desires, wish fulfillment will happen very easily in your life. Means you don't need to put in lot of effort when such planets are placed, and that too Venus will be there in its own sign. So with less effort you will get more gains, more wish fulfillment. So especially for Pisces Lagna Rashi people, if you were feeling that you are putting lot of effort but still you are not getting result, mind it, from 1st May your time is starting, and from 19th May this will increase your luck more, and you will see with less effort you will gain lot more. Okay, and this Venus till 18th May will be in Aries sign, making conjunction with Sun and Mercury. Now in Aries sign, in the second house, definitely it talks about somewhere that you can gain money, stability, some stability in wealth, accumulated wealth, joint wealth, some inheritance, some investment that you did, or your spouse did or someone else did can come in the form of money or wealth in your life. Even whatever problems and hindrances you had earlier, even the health issues, that can also reduce at this time. You can find the solution for all these problems related to litigation, court cases, health issues, any loan taken, or some any kind of fight also. You will be able to see you are going to you somewhere will feel that now all those problems are vanishing from your life, from your family life, when this conjunction of sun, venus and mercury will happen in the second house of Pisces sign, Pisces Lagna Rashi. Here, Sun being the lord of the sixth house will be very strongly placed because it will be exalted in the Aries sign, making a Buddha Aditya Yoga with Mercury. And Venus being the lord of the third house and the eighth house will bring lot of changes, transformations, money, inheritance, joint money, investments, those things. So, if I talk about Saturn, Saturn being in the 12th house is somewhere separating you from the other, social life, separating you from the social life. Maybe you are far away from your home, or maybe you are alone, you're feeling lonely at this time. You are in some foreign land or in some different cultural environment, you're feeling lonely, you're alone, you're from alone in different environment, away from social life, away from you know home and bond. So this Saturn is asking you to now, being alone, being in the foreign lands, or uh, whatever place you are right now, if you're feeling alone, now you need to focus more on yourself, on your money, growth of money, stability, family, on your health, on your daily routine work, job life, on your service, on your charitable work, selfless services, on your luck towards your higher education, towards your luck, towards your dharma, all these things. And Rahu being in the first house, Ketu in the seventh house, and Rahu will be conjunct here with Mars, will somewhere increase your aggression. And if that aggression is in the right manner, definitely you can gain money, you can gain property, and you can actually gain lot of changes in your life, and even you can go for higher education. But if this anger is in the wrong direction, you will definitely see some clashes with bosses, professors, gurus, father, and even problem in your family environment. And because you are completely focusing on yourself, and your whole concentration is on yourself currently, and you are giving less heed to your uh, relationships, whether it be children, whether it be spouse, business, father, gurus, boss, you're not listening to them or anything like that. You're just focusing on yourself, and completely ignoring especially your spouse and your business partners. You're not focusing on your business too, then your anger can lead to some problem in your life. And if I talk about Jupiter being in the you know in the third house, will be aspecting your Ketu placed in the seventh house. Now, the good thing is that from 1st May, because Jupiter will be aspecting Ketu, so if your focus was not towards your partners, whether it be marriage partner, your public image, or your business partners, business, then Jupiter's aspects will somewhere help you use your wisdom, intelligence, and maybe you start focusing in those areas too. Because Jupiter's wisdom will give you that much willpower and strength to take right decisions in your life, because somewhere Jupiter will even aspect on ninth house, so no adharma can you do at this time. Mind it, if you are visiting temple, pilgrimages, doing puja, this Jupiter is going to definitely help you in taking right decisions in your life. And if you are falling apart from your life in terms of your relationships, whether it be marriage, partnership, or business, then this Jupiter is the only, you know, God's grace which can help you, rescue you in the bad times, you know. So definitely for the May part, I would say the transits look really favorable. The only thing you need to keep in mind is your anger, which can result into some kind of issues in your personal life. But personal and professional both, both. But if you do puja, do any kind of mantra sadhana, visit temple, then this Jupiter will help you, rescue you to come out of the bad situations, and even will help you in taking the right decisions and use your wisdom and intellect in the right manner. So this was the analysis for all the four lagnas: Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. If you really liked my analysis, please do subscribe to my channel Deep Astro Universe. And if you want to take paid consultation, you can definitely contact me on my WhatsApp number, and even forms are available.